What is up, Loudmouth Entertainment, Loudmouth Talk? Whoa. Sorry, guys. What is up, Loudmouth Entertainment, Loudmouth Sports Talk? It's your boy, Loudmouth Luch, back again with another episode of Off the Top Rope. Today, we're just going to jump right in to the Black History Month segment. Today, we have Kofi Kingston. We're going to start with Kofi. I had to pick Kofi because, excuse me, he made such an impact in wrestling throughout his career. He's made so many impactful moments. I mean, funny moments to all the New Day stuff to definitely when he completely cut his Jamaican accent mid-promo live. So had to throw him into this. So he debuted on June 4th, 2006. He's 6 foot exactly at 212 pounds. He won the WWE Championship one time, the WWE US Championship 3 times, the WWE IC Championship 4 times, and the WWE Tag Team Championship 13 times in total between Raw and SmackDown. Since they kind of combined them, I didn't say like he won Raw, I believe it was 8, and SmackDown was like 7 or 5, and then he won one world title with CM Punk. But I just combined them all into one. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, you think about it, Kofi Kingston and his tag team titles, that's like hand in hand. Him and Woods, him and Big E. Those are like fantastic tag teams. Great things, and definitely a lot to go over and buy to because of what he has done in his time in the business. And he's given back so much also, what he does. Maybe not so much in the like backstage giving back. Like he's not at the caliber of like Randy Orton to be like, hey, let me give you a championship match. No, but he helps the young talent in the ring and with certain things. Kofi Kingston definitely is a big impact in professional wrestling as an African American. And then we're going to go to Naomi. I had to throw in here. Some people say that she's not that talented. To me, she's very underrated. She's a hell of a talent. She knows how to work. Promos are okay. But all around, she's a good athlete. But she debuted on September 3rd, 2009. She's 5 foot 5 inches, 125 pounds. She was FCW Divas Champ 1 time. She was WWE SmackDown Women's Champ 2 times. And won WrestleMania Battle Royal in the 2018. Naomi has done a lot, in my opinion. She's a great gimmick. That Feel the Glow, when that first started, I was loving it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I just think that she's underrated. She is, talented as ever. Talented as ever. Oh, and I just want to say that if you guys see all the bareness, just excuse that. We're moving, and it's very hectic. When you guys see the boxes in the back, we're moving. It's a little hectic at the moment. But, yeah, Naomi is definitely one of the best female athletes WWE has today. They just don't know how to properly use her. And then we're going to go to Sasha Banks. Debuted on August 8th, 2010. She was 5 foot 5 inches, 114 pounds. She was NXT Women's Champ 1 time, Raw Women's Champion 5 times, SmackDown's current champion. She was only SmackDown champion 1 time, which is a current run, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champ 2 times. Now, some people say Sasha Banks is shoved down our throats. Some people say Sasha Banks is so just thrown at us. And it's kind of true. But at the end of the day, she is good talent. She knows how to sell sometimes. She definitely knows how to work the mic, in my opinion. She's not terrible in the ring. Definitely better, but definitely not. There's definitely worse. And to be honest, she has carried the, women's division at times. I'm not saying she's carried it like Becky, or she's carried it like, people like that, but she's carried it for a short time on her back. And I do think that she is a good talent and she does deserve respect. I don't think a lot of people give it to her. And then we're going to go to R-Truth. This dude is my man. So he debuted in March 15, 1997. 6'2", 220 pounds. He was the Memphis Championship wrestling heavyweight champion 2 times. He was the NWA TV champ 1 time. He was the NWA heavyweight champion 2 times. And was the WWE 24/7 champ 49 times. It's ridiculous. 49 times. I busted out laughing when I was doing my research for this, and I was 49 times. That's hysterical in my opinion. Hysterical. Then he was the WWF Hardcore Champ 2 times. I don't remember 2. I do remember a run with it. I don't remember the second. If you guys could help jog my memory, when was it? I saw it and I, could have clicked on it and did more research, but I was running out of time. It's hectic. So, yeah, R-Truth is legit. When you think of a professional wrestler, World Wrestling Entertainment, when you think of WWE, you're actually thinking about R-Truth, in my opinion. What up, Joe? My brother Joe, how you doing, brother? And he is, talented as hell, knows how to work the mic, funny as shit. He can do whatever. Dude could bring a teddy bear to the ring and make it entertaining. There was nothing better, in my opinion, when R-Truth was doing Little Jimmy. When R-Truth had that Little Jimmy character, oh my God, was that hysterical. Especially the time when R-Truth, you already know, Barber Life. Especially at one time when it was him arguing with Triple H, and Triple H had his, imaginary friend and Truth had Jimmy. Oh my God, that was the most hysterical moment, in my opinion, for R-Truth. But again, another person that, in my opinion, is very underrated, very underused. The talent that man has is phenomenal. At his age, to still do Little Jimmy wins 24. Hey, I would love to see Little Jimmy win the 24/7 championship. That needs to happen. He should win it off Bad Bunny. I agree 1,000%. Little Jimmy was the best ever that Truth has ever done. The second best gimmick Truth has done, honestly, would probably be The Miz when he was tagged with The Miz. That was great too. But like I was saying, R-Truth is so underappreciated because at his age to still be able to do the things that he does, them corkscrews in the air, them shit is not easy. What he does, how he trains is crazy. And the fact that this man seriously turned his life around and does something that he loves to do. And what's up? I know when he first came out with that, I was, what's up? What's up? R-Truth in one episode of Raw can make you love and hate him because he's that talented. That's somebody, if you would start a wrestling company and see a list of names and say pick 10, in my opinion, he better be in that 10. He better be in that 10 because he's going to make that company just get over just a little bit more than normal because he is not normal and he makes it cool. And that's another thing too, is R-Truth isn't really playing a gimmick. R-Truth is being R-Truth, is being Ron Killings. So at the end of the day, R-Truth is being himself, getting paid millions and entertaining us so much. I mean, 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 champ. I mean, come on. Now, we're going to end the Black History Month segment with someone who doesn't have a lot of credentials to back him up, but what he does in the business and to help other African Americans in this business is phenomenal. And I'm talking about MVP. MVP, debuted August 10th, 2002. He's 6'3" at 259 pounds. He was New Japan IC champ one time. He was WWE champ, or US champ 2 times, and WWE Tag Team champ one time that I totally forgot was with Matt Hardy. Ron Killings and R-Truth are 2 different gimmicks. Yes, but what I'm trying to say is R-Truth is playing himself most of the time. He's just being a funny, silly dude, and people say that's actually who he is backstage. That's actually who he is. His family says that, people in the back. He's a funny, goofy guy. And I think that shows every time he gets in the ring, and when he meets people at Access or in public, people say he's one of the coolest, nicest wrestlers to meet. But I do agree that they are 2 separate gimmicks, but Ron Killings, the man who he is, and R-Truth are like not that far apart. They're just funny people. But MVP, 6'3", 259 pounds, WWE US champ 2 times, WWE Tag Team champ 1 time. Like I said, forgot that was with Matt Hardy. That was also a really good run. And then they turned on each other. That was a great storyline, in my opinion. Loved it. And then they did they challenged each other to, like, I believe it was arm wrestling and this 1 week and that the next. I loved it. Entertaining. SCW Florida Heavyweight Champ 1 time. Now, those are all of his credentials, but at the end of the day, what he's done, he brought back Carlito. He made Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley relevant back in WWE. Were they signed? Yes, but they weren't relevant. They weren't getting used. He made that happen. MVP helps so many people backstage, which that is why I had to put him on this list, was because of that. He cares about the business. And because of that, he gives back to the business. And that is what it's all about, is loving it and giving back for the next gen, for the next people, for the Alexanders and for the Keith Lees and all of them. He's making it possible for them to do more. And that, to me, is phenomenal. And why he should be mentioned as one of the all-time best locker room, I wouldn't say leaders, but locker room people. MVP needs to step away, be a producer, road agent, trainer, and be manager, no more wrestling. Court, if this is, I'm pretty sure this is you, brother. I 1000% agree. He still has it in the ring, don't get me wrong. But at this point, I think he has nothing more to prove. He has nothing to prove. He did everything. He's been around the world. Oh, Sean. Well, what's up? But yeah, he needs to be. He needs to be a manager. And I think that if he wrestles, I agree, but I think him wrestling, if he does, it should just be Performance Center, backstage. Hey, kid, let me show you how to do this. It's okay, but let me show you this to help transition this to this. That's what I think, if anything. I know I read somewhere he doesn't want to be a trainer. a physical wrestling trainer. He said he would like to be a producer and would be more backstage roles. So maybe possibly in the future when his contract's up, he might get a different contract, a non-wrestling contract. That I would love to see. Maybe get MVP a position in the writer's section. In the writer's section, MVP as a writer, I think would work very good. Now, let's get into the WWE Elimination Chamber match. Now Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, pay-per-view. This is a not bad card, honestly. This is a pretty good card. You have the U.S. Championship match. Bobby Lashley, champion, versus Riddle and Keith Lee, which is a maybe. They might not be pushing Keith Lee as much as they thought. Vince got his toy, played with it, and then said, oh, wait a minute, there's another toy. Let me pick this one up and throw this one with the rest of the toys that I forgot about and don't play with anymore. That's what Vince does. So, will Keith Lee be in the match? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, my pick is Riddle. I think they've been pushing Riddle to win the U.S. Championship match. And I think they want to see what Riddle can do. They'll give him this, maybe next IC, and maybe they'll put him in a WWE Championship match. Maybe not win right away, but they're probably going to put him in a match sooner than later. But I'm picking Riddle. Sean, if you're still watching, tell me who you pick. Or whoever's watching, tell me who you pick. Now, we go to the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. Now, this is an actual chamber match. We got Drew McIntyre, which is champion. Sheamus, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and Kofi Kingston. Riddle. See? I think Riddle too. And Elisa says Riddle. So we got two Riddles. Three if you include me. Now with this one, I'm a little thrown. It could go to Drew. And I mean, it could stay with Drew, which would push, I believe, the match for him and Sheamus at Mania. Or Sheamus can win. And then it takes him and Drew to Mania. Either way, it's going to be Sheamus and Drew at Mania. It's how the cards are being played. It's definitely the storyline that they're going for. I mean, I don't see them dropping this just at Chamber. It would make no sense. The Miz after cashing in. Now, Sean, I like how you're talking. The Miz after cashing in. Now, is this a factor? Obviously, he took himself out of the match, obviously, for this specific reason. Now, will he cash in? I hate to say this. I think WWE is going to make a joke of this year's Money in the Bank. I don't think he's going to cash in successfully anymore. I think that went out the window for me. I don't think it's going to happen successfully. They're going to make a joke out of this year's Money in the Bank. My opinion. But I'm split down the middle. I'm taking either Drew or Sheamus. I'm split right down the middle, 50-50. I'm taking Drew or Sheamus. And obviously, they're going to go to Mania together. That's what I'm predicting. So then we have the Universal Championship #1 contender match. You win this chamber match. You get a match against Roman Reigns right on the spot. Genius. So we have Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan versus King Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. Now this was a little iffy. I feel like they're trying to push Cesaro. And I think that they are pushing him. But then at the same time, I do think since, You get the Universal Championship match right after. Jay's going to win, and it's going to be the finger poke of death. He's going to poke Jay, and he's going to fall. It's going to be WWE's version of the finger poke. That's all it's going to be, is WWE's finger version of the finger poke of death. Plain and simple. So, and Sean, I see you agree. Finger poke of death. I don't see it going any other way. If they give it to Cesaro, maybe a good little match. And honestly, I think that they're setting up Edge and Roman for Mania. My opinion again. But like I said, Jay, and then obviously the following would just be the finger poke of death. Now, this match got thrown in, I believe, last night after SmackDown. The women's tag team title match, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Or Jay wins, the finger poke comes, but Jay decides to give him that work. Oh, I mean, maybe, or, hear me out. Roman beats the shit out of Jay. Jay rolls out the ring, goes under the ring. Jimmy comes out, whoops Roman. He wins. You think Jay wins, but at the end of the day, it's kind of, we're going to do the early Bella Twin switch. They're not the same tattoos, but in a quick match, you might not notice. Maybe. Could it happen? Who knows? Thoughts? So, women's tag team title match, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. I think this, I'm sorry for anyone who, oh my God, this is great. I like it. I think this is the stupidest match that could have been put together. You have the champion and the Royal Rumble winner teaming up to go for the tag team titles. I just hope Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are still champs at the end of the night. Because, I mean, and like I said, to me, this is so stupid. I mean, there's other actual tag teams that are females that deserve this chance. Sasha and Belair win the tag team gold. I'm going with Nia and Shayna because I would hate to see that happen. That right there. I don't want to see that. At that point, what are you doing? Why? Or then at that time, is she going to challenge Asuka? And wait, and sorry, there's another match. Asuka versus Lacey Evans. From what something popped up. Sasha turns heel. Could Sasha do a heel turn? I mean, Sasha turns heel on Belair, and I mean that. If they win the gold, why do that? At that point, have the Momos win. Sasha turns on her, lets Bianca get her ass kicked, gets off the ring, pulls in like an Eddie, and just walks out and just, shakes her head. No, I'm not helping you. You have a chance to screw me over. Now I screwed you, and that could maybe Sasha walks off, pulls an Eddie, it's not an Eddie, but pulls, the lie, cheat, steal type of method, walks off. That's a big possibility. That's a really good assumption. Do I think? I mean, maybe. I think mostly all the girls on SmackDown are heel, so maybe not. Maybe she stays face. Maybe Belair is heel would be nice. That would be nice. See her turn heel. That would be nice. But like I was saying, Lacey Evans versus Asuka, from what I heard, is going to happen. I'm taking Asuka. Obviously, it's going to be like, from what I read, this is gonna, but also we all have to understand Lacey Evans is legit pregnant, and so that was the match that was going to happen. And I mean, it still states that it's on, but I doubt that it's going to happen. Lacey is pregnant. No, what? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Lacey is definitely pregnant. I don't see them doing it. Like I said, it's still up. And I just, like, no, exactly. Lacey's pregnant, no way. I don't know why the match is still up. I don't know why it's still being promoted. No way. I have no clue why it's still being promoted. Obviously, they might do something, since she said that she was pregnant, maybe Flair, exactly. Maybe they work out their differences and she says, my stand-in is, and then the Queen's music hits. The Queen comes down and boom. The Queen is your new champ. I would love that. That's something I would totally be cool for. But those are my predictions for the Chamber. Now, I want to talk about something that I'm about to go do. I'm about to go watch. I'm about to go see. Now, we talk a lot of wrestling on this channel. Obviously, it's off the top rope. So, I really support independent wrestling. So, tonight, I'm going to the IWC kickoff show. So, I just want to give some, I wanted to say who I think, my predictions for the show. My predictions for this show. So, it's the double main event. We have Andrew Palace versus Angelic. I'm taking Andrew Palace. He just won. Don't see him dropping it. Brian Pillman Jr., which is the IWC Super Indie champ, versus Big Time Bill Collier. I think Big Time will win, just for the simple fact of I think Brian Pillman signed a pretty big contract with AEW, and I do think that he is going to drop it and just go full-time AEW, because they even have merch now for the Varsity Blondes. So I do see that happening. And then we have the Money Shot, which is Man Dime and Zach versus Fire Safety, Jason Tyler and Sean Phoenix. I'm taking Money Shot all day. Since I started going back to IWC, those been my dudes, so I gotta. But it's Money Shot all the way. Then we got Jock Sampson versus Bulk Nasty. Listen, Bulk's normally my dude, but I got to take Jock on this one. Jock got to get this one. And then we have Joey Moses, the Lebanon Dawn, with Tito versus Miles Monroe. Obviously, the Lebanon Dawn is going to get this. Then we have Spencer Slade versus Alexander Apollo versus Cole Carter. This isn't even a question. It's Spencer Slade the whole way. Fear the gear. Then we have A1 Anthony Young versus Jace Carr. Jace Carr. I got to take A1 all day. Anthony Young just joined the big league. So you already know what that means. Time to get that money, get the bag. Then we got the Culmination versus the main event. Culmination got to get this one all day. Main event, no way is you going to get that. Then we got Chris LaRusso and David Lawless and Officer Dan Murphy and Ella Shea versus Sam Adonis, Jamie Jameson, Hardcore Hooven and Katie Arquette. This one's a little hard for me, but I got to go with Sam Adonis' team. Sam Adonis is my dude in IWC. And yeah, but I just want to take a minute to talk about the IWC and this kickoff event. Since I started doing this podcast with my cousin, I wanted to get more into wrestling, and watching professional wrestling is cool and everything, and I love it. But I wanted to really see these young guys blood, sweat, and tears. And there's nowhere else to see that besides the independents. So no matter where you are, because I know Loudmouth Sports Talk got people from everywhere. If you guys like wrestling, go support your local wrestling companies, because you're going to meet cool ass dope dudes, and you're going to see some of the dopest and best wrestling that live, and they interact with you. You could legit argue with them, and they argue back. These guys and girls love what they do, and that's why they do it. I'm not saying that the pros don't, but these guys really love what they do, because they're not getting paid anything crazy, but they're still showing up to put on a show for me, for you, for everybody. So yeah, I just think that this is going to be phenomenal, crazy, and a great show, and I can't wait. And I'll definitely have a recap for you guys up, and I definitely want to I'm definitely going to try to get some guys on here from IWC to do some interviews and everything like that. So be on the lookout for all of that. Excuse me, but yeah. Until next time, it's your boy Loudmouth Luch, and guys, always please remember to go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk for all your Loudmouth gear. And guys, like always, too, week packed full of great shows. Obviously, not all of them are on NFL, and some of them had to take a little break off season, but they will be back. But yeah, guys, until next time, until next Saturday, it's your boy Loudmouth Luch. Peace.